I'm hearing from a former SEC lawyer in the name of Russell Barth that the SEC can halt or suspend dog pool trading anytime they want. And he's calling for the Feds to kind of do that exactly on AMC for 30 days to expose the whole dog pool abuse that we uncovered last week in much more details. Now, guys, the thing is, on Reddit, we had a little bit of confusion from some of the users who thought that back in Friday, that the latest New York Stock Exchange rule filing was appealing to a ban on the well-known dog pools on the street. And it really was referring to this in specific: connectivity to suspended third-party systems and suspended third-party data feeds. So it was really nothing to do with the dog pools itself, but more with the exchanges, even though sometimes these two are not totally separated in the definition. But I think this post was corrected and updated accordingly into on Reddit. But I want to go a little bit further into kind of going to the bottom of this thing. Can the SEC really have the potential or the ability or the power or even the authority to suspend dog pool trading? And if it's the case, why in the heck haven't them did anything so far? Okay, so first of all, going back to the definition of a dog pool. A dog pool, as you can see here, it's a privately organized financial forum or exchange for trading securities. Dog pools allow institutional investors to trade without exposure until after the trade has been executed and reported. Now, the main highlight here, the main word is the privately organized. These are privates, okay? It's kind of, a platform where big, pockets investors will come together and do business, buy and sell stocks without having to impact the share price as if they will go to the actual lead markets like the New York Stock Exchange or the NASDAQ, right? That we already knew. Now, the thing is, at the origins of the dog pool creation, the SEC, back in the 80s, really allowed brokers to transact large blocks of shares through dog pools. So that in the definition gives me the confidence, okay, and the confirmation that, hey, nothing can be done in the US markets exchanges without the SEC being, first of all, aware, noticed, and definitely, enforcing what the heck you will be doing, because they are kind of the police of the markets, like you have in every country where you have a stock exchange. Now, the thing is, as everything in market is in business, you always have, loopholes or crooks. Because back to Stephanie Kimmerman interview with Charles Payne on Fox last Friday, she was mentioning that, hey, even when word on the street is, seems like Citadel Connect, which is Citadel, dog pool, private dog pool, is not even registered. But since a dog pool is an ATS, this is the type of exchange, which is an alternative trading system, because it's part of the market, okay, it has to be registered to the SEC, and that's how you will have to follow some rules specific to that type of platforms in which you are doing business, in which you are trading securities. But the fact that Citadel Connect is not really registered, as some investors are whispering on the street, gives me, the impression that Citadel, if it is true, might be in trouble. Now, how big of a trouble, I don't know. But the real question here is, if the SEC is allowing, people to have private forums, and trading in dog pools, it means seems to me like they have the ability to do so. They have the ability to, do or the authority to halt if they want, if they feel like there is a market abuse, if they feel like there is something being used through those platforms by, harming the market integrity, by harming the retail investors, by harming, the market fairness and transparency, and leading to market abuse, then yes, they have the authority and they need to step in and do something. Now, since everything is tied up in legal matters, I think the reason why we're not seeing anything yet might be because they are maybe in the middle of building a solid case to make sure these guys will not have any way or any loophole or any backdoor to use in order to get their way out of this thing this time around. Because so far since the 2008 or even since the dawn of these markets, people who with big pockets always tend to get their way out of things, or similar market matters. So personally, I think if the SEC, and this is my question to you guys, why do you think the SEC has not, halt dark pools activity yet? Is that because, maybe they don't have the authority? Because it seems to me like they do, or there is something even fishy going on here? Let me know. But for now, I'm out.